He was born into a valley, the way all of us are born into our first cosmos. No map, no legend, no tiny voice whispering, this place is explaining you to yourself. Just sky being sky, hills being hills, and people naming things as if the names were the truth and not just one local dialect of wonder. He grew up learning the valley, the way children learn reality, as if the first story is the only story. He learned the arguments too, the way people defend the one warm piece of the same enormous creature they've mistaken for the whole. But every age has a few who feel the upward pull, not ambition, not rebellion, just a quiet refusal to believe that first sight is final sight. They climbed and what they saw didn't match the stories below. From the peaks, the river and the birds and the floods were one motion, wearing three costumes. Obligation and song were the same structure, translated into different tongues. Truth wasn't a contest, it was a chord, and every voice was one note of the valley, learning itself aloud. So they built instruments, lenses, methods, ways of holding two true things at once without forcing one to kill the other. And under the right patience, the right humility, the faint order beneath everything began to glow. He used their tools, he climbed their peaks, he sat with them in the dirt and spread their knowing like stars on a blanket, and saw the edges touch. The valley was whole, it had always been whole. He just hadn't climbed far enough to see the shape of what was already true. He walked to the edge and found an edge, not a metaphor, a real one. And when he turned back, the whole valley lay behind him like a single breath. The arguments hadn't fractured it, the climbing hadn't created it. The valley had been singing one song through many mouths the entire time. He didn't go back down, not out of pride, not out of distance, but because he finally understood. You can't hand someone a map to a place they haven't walked. The climbers have to climb, the instruments have to be built by the hands that need them. The chord has to be discovered, not delivered. He watched the valley breathe, a child being born into it, two people laying out there, knowing and noticing the edges touch. And then he turned, because beyond the first valley was another, wider, deeper, full of people who didn't yet know.